Okay, so hello everybody. I am George from George's Radio Academy, and welcome to the series Road to Grandmaster Day 6. Now we are in the sixth episode of my series, and before starting my classical game, we are going to see some theory. Okay, regarding the white pieces, I am going to present briefly the theory of the ready opening because the ready opening is the opening that I commonly play with the whites. Um, okay, so first of all, knight to f3, the most common response is d5, then c4 is the main line of the opening, the pawn break at the center. Um, okay, some of the opponents prefer to push it forward, but then I have the move pawn to b4, which opens a little bit the position. The opponent may play e6 to open the diagonal threat by the bishop. Here there is a pawn sacrifice, but I prefer the safe variation, so I support with a3. Okay, some of the opponents may play c5 to support this pawn by creating a pawn chain, but there is also a very interesting move, b5, which overextends the queen side. Some of the opponents may play knight f6 symmetrically here, but then I can play d3 blockading the pawn. Um, okay, bishop e7 is here a possibility, supporting the knight, where I can attack it very easily. Castles, I can connect the knights. Then b6 to create to foster a queenside fianchetto, but I can also foster a kingside fianchetto on the other side. Okay, that's the main variation of uh, the reti opening, which unfolds after d4. But there is also the possibility of capturing the pawn. In this case, I play knight to c3. Then my opponent can play knight to c6. It's very common. Here I play e4, opening the diagonal threat. After this move, uh, I recapture. He goes for knight f6. I castle bishop to b4, threatening the knight. But here I can create a pawn chain again with c4. He can castle, but then I can kick this bishop away. After the exchange, the position is very normal. If he goes here, I can go here. And if he pins my knight, I can go here, here. This move, g4, is very risky. Uh, in this case, I would counter attack like that. He can kick this away. I can accept the exchange. Um, Now I can play that move. He can go here, or even he can make a pin. But after going here, the bishop is trapped. So after this move, it's a position easier to play. Okay, let's go back. Um, I will play the ready opening. Uh, okay, it's very interesting. The last variation that I am going to analyze is this one with c6, which transposes to the Slav defense. I can play d4 for the transposition. This resembles to the London system. It is very common. Okay, here I can accept the exchange. Very easy. That's open position. Here I can play a3 to block this knight advance in order to make a fork, to avoid the fork. Okay, so my opponent can play e6. I can play bishop f4 symmetrically. That's okay. The same pattern. Um, Here, bishop to d6 offers a trade. I can go here because if he captures, I open the file. That's okay. That's a very common pattern. Uh, okay. So, I think that I will choose a classical game of 30 minutes. Stand by because the game is loading and we will game. First match for today. Interesting play opponent. Solely plays classical games. C4 is the main line. I hadn't analyzed uh, the E6 variation. It doesn't matter. This pattern easily transposes to the other variations. My opponent to play. There are many options here. First option d5, uh, the exchange variation where the pattern is very similar to the previous ones. He can play knight c6 or knight f6. Then I will have knight c3, a developing move. Very easy. I will make a kingside fianchetto and I will castle kingside. I will go after this move. I will go for e4 and then d4 prevalence at the center. That's very important. Dominance, as I mentioned in the previous live stream yesterday. And so that's the basics. The basics that you have to know. Strangely enough, my opponent thinks a lot the for his next move. Okay, my plan is to play d4, e4, but all these moves after the knight advance, then the fianchetto, castles, I will leave my rook to the semi-open file. I will go for b3 and then another fianchetto, or even I can just go here with the bishop. As long as my opponent is thinking about his next move, I will show something very interesting that I found about the Pirc opening. Because my next video will be about this opening, and I think that it is worth mentioning it. Okay, he's thinking. Here I found several patterns of this opening, so I will share them with you. It's loading now. Uh, the internet connection is not very good, so I will wait. But because it is loading now, I will. just show it on the board. Ah, it's loaded. Okay. About the perk defense. Uh, the perk defense is an alternative opening of the main line e4, e5. It's e4 and then d6. A very interesting opening, which stems from the 20th century, created by a Yugoslav grandmaster. The main point of this opening is that white develops its center, whereas the black pieces are developing themselves in a more neutral way from the wings of the board. Now it threatens the pawn with the knight. He supports. Uh, G3 is a theory move which prepares the fianchetto, and there are many different patterns from this move. Okay, at this point, black has no weaknesses because uh, white has overextended it. The pieces here are protected enough with the fianchetto, and then black castles. Quite simple. That's another pattern. Oh, that's very interesting. It's a variation with f4. Here, black creates the fianchetto, and white can push the pawn forward to f5, but that's not very dangerous because after the exchange, black wins a piece. Let's go back. My opponent played knight to f6. I will go for knight to, as I said, and he will probably play d5. Okay, he pins my knight. Here I can play d4. I can kick this bishop away. I can play d3 to block the squares for the of the black knight. If I play here, this pawn will not, because after the exchange he will grab it. And after this move, I don't win anything, he just retreats. I can go here, but this continuation is dangerous. Um, I can play e3, but I don't want to block the bishop. I will play d4, a very common move, and then I will pin his knight. I can pin his knight, and if he captures, I will go here. It will be pinned, it will not be able to capture it, and I will recapture. Very simple. But there is something else to take under consideration. I can play e3 to kick this away, or even to cause the moment. I recollected. Now I pinned his knight. Very familiar pattern. I will close here the diagonal and I will develop the other bishop and I will castle. That seems like the Catalan opening. I hadn't presented yet this opening in my YouTube channel, but maybe in the future I can make a reference. Here, my plan is to play e4. I will open enough my center. He cannot capture it because of the pin, and I can push it forward then. If I play here, he may play here, and then I will go here, or I will capture it. Let's see what happens. Oh, indeed, he plays h6. But I think that I have to capture the knight, because if I don't capture it, he will go here, I will go here, and then he will grab the pawn, and it will be a double attack with a pin. So I will capture it very simply. Okay, so now I can recapture the pawn that I lost from this gambit. Still equal position. I can kick this bishop away. Nice. My position is great, and my center is dominant enough. Why did he play knight to d7? I don't think that that's a good move, because he blocks his bishop, but he prepares a fianchetto. I mean, it's quite strange. Here I can push it forward, but I will not do it, because there is a principle in chess that I maintain the pawns at the center to have space and dominance. I will simply castle to protect my king, and then I will play rook to e1, which is very good for my position. He played a6. I can push my pawn forward for a4. Also, if I go queen to a4, he cannot fork my pieces, because if I recapture and he recaptures, I will get his rook. But I will not do it, because it is a weakness to place the queen at the edge of the board. If he goes here, I will go here or here. And with the tempo, he will create the fianchetto, threatening my pawn. So I think that this would be a little bit disastrous for my position. And I think that the rightest move here is e5 to gain a tempo, attacking his queen. And then I don't know, I will go for e4, then I will advance my queen. I will go on the attack. I will play this move. Let's see. He pushed his queen to the e7 square, maybe to add more protection and to control the entire diagonal. Uh, there is something quite interesting here. These pawns and this knight block this diagonal. So his queen here is useless. And I have made so far a very good job. Uh, but now I have a dilemma if I should play a4 or rook e1, or if I should advance my queen here or here or here. But my audience does not propose me any moves. Only one subscriber participates in the live chat at the moment. I will just push this one for d5. And now I can play bishop b3 to equalize this knight. I will go here. Lefteris just joined the chat, another subscriber. c6. He creates a pawn chain. He says that black's queen is very strong. However, I mentioned previously that its squares are blocked by my pieces. However, it remains a strong piece indeed. And also, the squares of the knight are blocked. But what's the best move here? I think that it's the rightest moment now to advance my queen to go here. I will not go here because I restrict the movement of my bishop. Also, I can move my knight here. First of all, uh, to to have an exchange on c4 and also to open the f file by advancing this pawn. But firstly, I think that queen d3 is a priority in my position. So I will play this move. And he centralizes his knight, a move of dominance. He threatens my c3 pawn, and also he prepares his knight to go to the f4 square. But I have two options here. I can go here to neutralize his knight again, but I can also change. But I don't think that it is worthwhile. Um, Strangely enough, I think that I should make accept the exchange, but no, I will not do it. That's an inequality. I can simply go to d2 because now this square is protected. I have an advantage in this position because he has a bad bishop. Secondly, because his knight is equalized. And also, I can open the F file gradually by removing my knight from uh, this position, replacing. I think that uh, I could play here knight to, but it is quite risky. I don't think that this will provoke a lot of problems because then forward he will go, it will go here, so that's fine, no problem. But now I enable to his queen to go here. After this move I will go here and I will kick his queen away. That's a risk. The first risk of this position. It is worth mentioning that f6 for a pawn break, but I will follow my plan here. Probably he wants to have opposition with my queen. Uh, Okay, here he played f5, but I don't think that the en passant is the solution here, because then I will separate my pawns and I have created a great pawn chain, and also I have blocked his bishop's diagonal. Therefore, I will play knight f, gaining again the dominance in the black diagonal. Give me a second, I will be back soon. Γεια σου Κώστη, ακούγομαι. Ναι, τώρα δεν ακούγομαι, απλά ήθελα να σε ρωτήσω. Ωραία, ωραία, εντάξει, το κλείνω τώρα. Okay, I am back. My opponent played bishop to e8. That's quite strange, but also quite rational, uh, because uh, he wants the control of the two files with his rooks, and also he wants to free his bishop from this uncomfortable position. Um, okay, now I have a very interesting position, and I have to decide very carefully what to play. Maybe I should develop the rook which is on the A file. It is the only minor piece that I hadn't developed yet. I will go here because then I will be able to go here, but I think that that's a risk, because if I go here, he will go here with his queen, and that's very bad for my position. So I have to choose an alternative. I think that a better move should be, I don't know, I will not capture his knight, of course, because then he goes here, and after this move he creates a strong battery on the d file. That's not good for me. And also, um, if I play c4, I don't want it. He will go here. Uh, what can I do? Can I play? Can I just play h3? I don't want to risk my position. I will just. I don't know. He has the same plan. He played symmetrically. Oh, right. I think I got it. I can move my rook here, and after this move, I will threaten his pawn chain. That's great. I will go for it. Oh, c5, a pawn break. That was a little bit unexpected. Um, what can I play here? Can I maybe maybe I can accept the exchange here because then if he recapture, I will go here and after the exchange, uh, I will be able to support this pawn, but also this pawn will be too weak. But I'm not sure yet. Can I play? Um, Surely I cannot accept it. Then he will have an undiscovered attack. If I just if I just play c4, he will go here a blockade. I don't want it. Hmm. Now it's difficult for me. I don't know. This knight causes many problems in my position. I will take. I can support this pawn with three defenders, so that's fine. I can go here and take this pawn with the battery. Okay, he grabbed the pawn with the rook. Now, what I can play? I can play rook b6 to create a battery, and then I will go here. If he grabs this pawn, easy. I will open position. Okay, that's strange, I think. He aims my knight, I think. But what's the logic behind this move? He supported the pawn. Can I just create the battery? If he goes here, I will grab it and I will have a tempo with his queen. I can just create the battery. He grabs the pawn. I will grab it with the pawn on the c file, probably. Or I can grab it with the knight. Which one is better? Let's analyze a little bit the position. If I grab it with a knight, I will be able to move my queen and then I will threaten the bishop which supports the pawn. If I grab it with a pawn, he will create a battery. And that will be disastrous, I think. I will grab it with a knight. A lot of pressure. My opponent has 7 minutes more in the clock, 7 or maybe 8. 7. Oh, my mistake. No, close it. My opponent played queen to c5. What can we do here? He pins my knight to the king. I can play here, but I can also play here. Or I can move my king here. What's better for me? In this position, I would prefer to play. I think that queen e3 is better. Maybe in his next move, my opponent will create a battle. Oh, he did. Okay, now I can move my king, but what else? I can simply, I will move my king here. Now he moves his queen here, threatening my pawn. So let's find a solution. What can I play? I can, I don't know, I can, it's good for me. Let me think for a while. If I take, he takes. I can take here because then he will go here, he will fork my queen and my knight. But if I go here, that's even more interesting. He will grab my pawn. And what will I do? No, that's wrong. I can. Oh, I have a plan. I think that I have a great plan. I just figured it out. I will go for Queen G3, which has opposition with his king. Now, it's quite interesting that I maintain the support to my pawn, and if he grabs here the pawn, I will capture his bishop. If he recaptures, of course he will recapture. I will go here and I will threaten a checkmate. And this will be quite strange for his position, very difficult to support. He will go here, I will take it, he will take it, I will go here, check. He will probably go here, but then I will have a great attack. I will play. What's going on here? Strange. He will grab the pawn. That that's a basic tactic. See, I found a square which is vulnerable for his king. Oh, he supported here the pawn. He avoided uh, this move of this basic tactic, but then I will have a check. I don't know what happens next. Maybe I have another tactic, but I should think it carefully. Oh, what can I do here? If I capture, he captures. I go here, goes here. If I capture here, he will go here. Ah, I don't know what he can do. I will try something. I will sacrifice the rook. I will sacrifice the rook. I think I got it. He will open up the file. I will give him a check. Oh, I see something in the live chat. Rook captures c6. Rook captures c6. Rook b8. King h7. Knight captures a6. Yeah, you got it. That's right. I was thinking about the knight on d4, which captures the pawn. And now that's something quite interesting. If he plays rook to d8, I go here, captures the rook, I go for the checkmate. Yeah, right. You got it. I will capture the pawn here. And and also, the most interesting thing in this position is that then I have a fork. Wow, disastrous position. Great. Oh, he threatens my queen and my knight simultaneously. What can I do? Oh, that's quite strange. Oh no. If I fork his king, he will go either on h8 or in g8. Oh, if I capture then his rook, it is an undiscovered attack. Undiscovered attack. Right. I, I hope so. Yeah, that's an undiscovered attack then. Because I go here and that's the check of the rook. Mate in 2 or 3. My subscriber writes some comments on the live chat. Uh, yeah, I will grab his rook, maybe. He will go here. What uh, I just don't know what to play here. I will cut probably. This is. Oh, was it a mistake? Oh, if he goes here, I will go here. Goes here, I will capture the pawn. That's right, and I support it. He goes here. Oh, wait. If I sacrifice the knight, I will go here. And if he captures, I go here, check. He blocks. Uh, miss. Are you looking at an analysis board? If he goes here, uh, if I go here, he captures, check, and checkmate. But if he dismisses that move, I will play here. I will sacrifice the knight. No problem. Check. Oh, beautiful. Checkmate. Boom! I won the game. Thanks, Lefteris. Now I reached 2,100 and then and 85, 95 ELOS in classical chess. That's great. I will analyze the game. I am very excited by my playing style. I had 90% accuracy, where my opponent had 85% accuracy. Great. Amazing. I will analyze it right now. First of all, let's see my mistakes. First mistake, uh, the the engine condemns the move knight to e1. Okay, Stockfish thinks that that's a mistake. Of course, it's a mistake because it leaves the square unprotected, but I had a plan to develop, to open up the F file. What can I do here, really? Uh, see, for a completely different plan, I wouldn't uh, change my pawn chain. Here, I could have just threatened his rook. It was, he cannot capture, he would go back. This was a little bit dangerous. Ah, two mistakes. Solely, I made two mistakes. Okay, that's the opening phase where I played the opening. I opened up my center, he threatened my bishop, I captured, I recaptured castles, I created the pawn chain here, I castled. That's the phase of the middle game. I opened up the F file, the semi-open F file, it's blocked here. Here I had some problems with my position that's depicted in the analysis bar. I had some problems. The bishop here was really dangerous, and now the brilliant move. I sacrificed the rook and I opened up the position. That was a great tactic. Okay, thanks for watching. That's see you in my next video, Road to Grandmaster episode 7, where I will play another classical game, analyze against the Turk defense, which is very interesting. Bye. See you tomorrow.